for mobile water. Mobile water, unique in every way.
Hello, good afternoon. This is the Midday News. The news is live on Joy 99.7 in Accra, on Love 99.5 in Kumasi, and on myjoyonline.com. Also live on Radio Max Takrade, Volta Premier Hall, KTU Radio Koforidua, Ganga FM Jirapa. We're also live on X Spaces and Facebook. The Midday News is supported by Petrosol, your clean fuel in full quantity. Petrosol, always a delightful experience. This afternoon, farmers in the north of Ghana alarmed by drought situation, which they say is hampering food production.
Because of the drought, it's also a contribute factor. Even if I plow now, unless it rains, I can't plant.
Our greenhouse is still on the farm. It's still there. We can't uproot. The place is very hard. We can't uproot. And the time too has passed.
I applied first because of the rain. I didn't get it well.
Those are the farmers. We'll also hear from President Akufo-Addo on what he intends to do to salvage the situation.
And I want to assure you the government, in the next few days, will announce measures to address the situation.
Also this afternoon, NPP accuses NDC of beating the war drums ahead of the 2024 election after the party decided it will not sign the peace declaration. We have details, plus we'll hear from the Catholic Bishops' Conference and the Peace Council, who are all working to get the NDC to change its mind.
We've heard these concerns. Our doors are still open to talk and to find out how do we address these concerns that have been raised. They are legitimate, they have concerns.
We'll also hear from the NDC flag bearer, who says the party is yet to collectively decide whether it will sign a peace pact or not.
Those who normally clamor about signing peace pact, getting us to go to Movenpick Hotel, serve small chops and drinks, and he's telling them that everything will not be okay unless we go further than just the signature on the peace pact.
And the NPP's 2024 manifesto to focus on jobs and businesses, with the party set to outdoor its policies blueprint in Takrade on Sunday.
So a lot of jobs. It is entirely jobs. About 90% of the manifesto that you're expecting to see on Sunday is about jobs, businesses, and the private sector.
Okay,
it's about the trader on the street. It's about the businessman.
We have details of that coming up shortly. Also, Ghana NDC's alliance demand on action by political parties against non-communicable diseases as they prepare to outdoor their manifestos.
Government need to ensure that we are able to reduce the importation and also what we call the usage of these products. Tobacco, alcohol, sugar-sweetened beverages, because these are the problems of our world today.
Plus tips on what to eat and when.
You don't have to eat late and go and sleep. You know, in the morning, eat like a king. Eat the bankus, the gobe and stuff.
Also in sports.
Well, Goldfields Foundation set to hand over a spanking new $16 million stadium to the Takwa and Soy municipality.
And coming up, a song that has divided opinions on social media after it was sung in church by a Catholic priest who has since apologized. We'll tell you more. These and more with me, Maame Nyamekye Thompson. Join News, independent, fearless, and credible journalism. Stay with us. This afternoon, a severe dry spell is threatening food security in the northern and savannah regions, destroying many farms and the livelihoods of families. The prolonged lack of rain has left farms parched and crops withered. As farmers struggle to salvage their dwindling harvest, the impact is already telling on food availability and prices. Martina Bugri has captured the situation in the northern region in the following report.
Farmers in the northern region are counting their losses already following the dry spell that has hit the area. Farmers who plowed earlier around July have had to uproot their maize, waiting to replant or watch their plants wither. The situation has affected especially smallholder farmers. Jesli Namasi spent about 7,000 on his 5-acre farm, but fears there will be nothing to harvest.
It really is pathetic. because after the tractor came to plow and I put the condemn, then I saw just a slight rain came and the maize started germinating, and since then we didn't receive any rain anymore.
The Muslim community in the northern region last week held prayers to appeal to God for God's intervention. Climate change expert and lecturer at the Tamale Technical University, Smith Wayo Mahama, explains what the region is currently witnessing.
There are changes in the atmospheric circulation patterns, which is leading to a stalling of storm tracks. The point remains that there might be a likelihood of rains, very late rains, except to say that the quantity of rains we would be expecting wouldn't be much. So we stand to face a challenge of food shortage or insecurity somewhere next year.
The climate change expert called for measures to mitigate the situation.
We would have to advocate for drought-tolerant crops for our farmers. Number two, diversification, where we encourage that farmers should plant different crops just so to reduce the risk of total crop failure. So we need a very long plan in place and change of attitude perpetually to reverse, not reverse per se, but to mitigate this effect that we're having to face currently.
The news team visited the Picona market to assess prices of yam, considering that it's in season, but the prices have doubled.
The drought has actually impacted negatively on the yam business. Last year, we were selling the smaller size at 20 Ghana cedis, and the next to it was 30 Ghana cedis and 50 Ghana cedis. But because of the drought this season, the prices ranges from 50 cedis and above.
For many farmers in the northern region, it will take a miracle from God to turn things around. For Joy News, Martina Bugri reporting.
Well, we head to the Savannah region where my colleague Isaac Nonya has also been interacting with some farmers.
Have we harvested your groundnut?
Our groundnut is still on the farm. It's still there. We can't uproot. The place is very hard. We can't uproot. And the time too has passed.
On my way here, I saw a good number of them in their farms. Some were using hoes. So,
we can't use hoes. We can't use. Me, for instance, I can't use a hoe. And those who are to help us today are all harvesting theirs. Will they leave theirs and then come and help? They'll never leave theirs and then come and help.
Well, the Agric Ministry has yet to comment or put in place any interventions to alleviate the situation. However, President Akufo-Addo is promising to do something about it, but failed to specify what while on his visit to Bolgatanga in the Upper East region.
It is important that I take the opportunity to comment on a matter of considerable importance to the peoples of the northern regions of our country. I'm aware of the impact that the unusually dry season has had on farm output. And I want to assure you the government, in the next few days, will announce measures to address the situation.
Well, joining us for more on this is Dr. Francis Kusisari, Director for Center for Scientific and Industrial Research, Savannah Agricultural Research Institute. We're grateful for your time here, Dr. Sari. What have they found, or what have you found from your scientific research to be the problem with the low crop yields and productions?
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, and afternoon to your listeners. As one of the farmers remarked, what is happening really would take the intervention of God to turn things around. We've been experiencing drought in the north. Let me call it dry spells during the rainy season, but not to this extent as we're experiencing. As others have also recommended the development of drought-tolerant varieties to cope up with, but not the situation that's been found currently, where for close to 2 months you don't receive, rainfall and expect the current drought-tolerant varieties that we have to survive. We have developed some varieties that are drought-tolerant, yes, but not to withstand drought for this long. However, we still have some hope inside based on the research that we've done over the years and the values that we've developed. Currently, almost 2 months of the 4 month crop cycle is wasted based on this prolonged drought that we've experienced. But we have varieties, cowpea varieties, that will take only 60 days to harvest, which we have a lot of seeds in the system that should the rain come anytime from now, farmers can go in to plant. At least to make some gains or to gain something out of the remaining 2 months that we have to end the season. The other options, technologies that we have also developed that can also work, have to do with those who are close to dam sites and the White Water River that stretches from Upper East down across the length of the 5 northern regions. Can also go into what we call supplementary irrigation.
Okay.
For crops that are late to plant, because some of them take 3 to 4 months, which obviously are late to plant should the wind come now. They can move too close to those sites, plant with the rains that will come, and then go in with supplementary irrigation by pumping water from the White Water River to continue. To end the crop season. That is when the rain should stop along the line.
Well, Dr. Sari, these are beautiful solutions, but have there been any, have you been able to talk to the Ministry of Agriculture or even the President to, interact on how this can be implemented in these areas?
We are in this business with the Ministry of Agriculture. One thing that I can say about the current phase of the Planning for Food and Job is that currently most of the departments of agriculture have some seeds and fertilizer that they were about, distributing them. Some of them have started distribution when this drought came. And so access to seeds should not be a challenge in most of the districts because the government has already supplied some seeds to some of the districts and some fertilizer that can go. But then what maybe the government may have to come in to support is getting pumping machines for the farmers who can move close to the riverside to do this supplementary irrigation that we're recommending at this stage.
All right. We're grateful for your time. Dr. Francis Kusisari is Director for Center for Scientific and Industrial Research, Savannah Agricultural Research Institute. In our election headquarters is brought to you by Petrosol Clean Fuel and Full Quantity, CIMA, the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, AICPA, and CIMA together as the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants. Also brought to you by German Ozone Medical Center, Alternative Therapy, Dental, Wellness and Beauty, Chopbox Technologies, a convenient service, and Youth Bridge Foundation, bridging gaps for positive youth development. Now, the governing New Patriotic Party is accusing the opposition NDC of beating the war drums ahead of the December election because it knows it will lose. National Chairman of the NDC, Johnson Nketia, announced that the NDC will not sign any peace declaration ahead of the election because past declarations have done nothing to foster peace. Now, the NPP says it interprets this to mean the NDC is not committed to peace. Member of our political desk, Kwekwa Santi, joins me in studio with details of a strongly worded statement by the NPP General Secretary Justin Frimpong Kojakweku. What is the basis for the NPP's accusation?
Well, so they reference that interview with Evans Mensah on PM Express that Johnson Nketia conducted and say they find the comment by the NDC chairman very unfortunate and condemn it in no uncertain terms given the worrying and incendiary nature of the statement. They say, we have noted with concern the leadership of the NDC has gained notoriety for consistently beating the drums of war and preparing the minds of their supporters to reject the outcome of the 2024 election, foreseeing their inevitable loss.
Well, Kweku, the NPP also makes an appeal to the NDC. What's that?
Well, they say they want to make a passionate appeal to the opposition to reconsider this posture by reason of the national interest and desist from making statements likely to fuel tensions in the political atmosphere with far-reaching implications for the peace and security of the country. And they reiterate their firm assurance to Ghanaians that the NPP remains solemnly committed in words and in deeds to maintaining the peace and stability of this country before, during and after the 2024 elections.
Thank you, Kwekwa Santi, and he's a member of our political desk. Now, one of the reasons the NDC has said it will not sign the declaration is that they describe as the silence of bodies like the Catholic Bishops' Conference on key national issues. The conference is rejecting these claims by the NDC. They are not vocal. Reverend Father Michael Kweku is the Director of Governance, Justice and Peace at the Ghana Catholic Bishops' Conference.
When issues come up, we try every means possible to be able to engage those who are involved. We don't think that it only and always has to be what somebody might wish. So if we feel that a public addressing of the issue is the most useful at the time, we will. If we feel that other means might be more effective, we shall employ that as well. But it doesn't mean that because something hasn't been heard publicly that the bishops are silent. So we don't have any interest in being quiet over it. In fact, we engage it as actively as we can.
The National Peace Council says it will continue to engage directly with the NDC to resolve these concerns. Chairman of the National Peace Council is Reverend Ernest Edujemfi.
In the first place, I wouldn't say that just saying that they will not sign the peace pact is a seed for violence. We've heard these concerns. Our doors are still open.
Well, will the NDC change its stance on this matter? Flag bearer John Mahama has been speaking to journalists as part of his tour of the Volta region. Maxwell Agbagba joins me on this. Tell us, Maxwell, what has Mr. Mahama been saying regarding the growing backlash following the NDC's chairman's comment?
Well, during his interaction with the media in the Volta region today, he mentioned that he has seen the comments made by the national chairman of the NDC, Johnson. He mentioned that the NDC has not taken a definite decision on whether to sign a peace pact ahead of the December elections. He says he understands the skepticism of the NDC chairman about the effectiveness of such agreements. He says although they've not sat down and taken a definite decision to sign a pact, but he says he can understand the position of the NDC chairman because a peace pact moves beyond the farm state and real action.
I read the statement made by our chairman this morning, and even though it is not a decision that we have sat and taken, I can understand the position he's coming from. He's talking about justice and saying that we should not glorify just signing a peace pact without acting to make sure that peace exists. Because when we sign a peace pact and people gun down 8 of our compatriots and nobody cares, no investigation is taken, no compensation is paid, then what was the use of signing the peace pact? And so I can understand where he's coming from.
Meanwhile, John Mahama served notice that a future NDC government will not honor the transfer of the Commander's sugar factory if any underhand dealings are discovered, stating that he's yet to see any transparent process. Speaking at the media engagement still in the Volta region, he accused the government of opacity in its dealings. The government plans to lease the Commander Sugar Development Company Limited to an Indian-based firm, West Africa Agro Limited, for a renewable term of 15 to 20 years. The sector minister, Katie Hammond, says it is to revive the company's operations to meet domestic demand.
I've read about the hurry to lease out the Commander Sugar Factory to an investor. You see, the thing about this government is they're not transparent in anything they do. And I'll warn the investor. I hope it's gone through a transparent procurement process. And so buyer beware. Whoever that investor is, he should be very careful. Because if the process has not been transparent, we are not willing to abide by any transfer of that facility. We must open it up and get the best investor to come and partner with government to run that sugar factory. So whoever it is, I'm just sending a note of caution to him. I haven't seen any transparent process in trying to lease out that sugar factory.
John Dramani Mahama is NDC flag bearer. Now the governing New Patriotic Party says its 2020 manifesto will be heavy on job creation and fostering private sector growth. According to spokesperson of the Bawumia campaign, Dennis Miracle Zabwaji, successive NPP administrations have delivered on social interventions and it is now time to shift to creating more jobs. You're speaking to Benjamin Akakpo on the AM show ahead of the party's manifesto launch on Sunday.
This manifesto is heavy on jobs.
Heavy on what?
Jobs and business. Basically,
jobs and business.
Yes, basically, that is what. I think that the MPP really believes that over the past years, not just with the Akufo-Addo government, but even in the Akufo government, been very heavy on social safety nets. In fact, most of the social safety programs you can think of are programs that are introduced by the MPP government. It is time for us to begin to move towards pushing these skills and these things we're giving to the people towards becoming productive.
According to Dennis Miracle Zabwaji, the Akufo-Addo administration has created more than 2 million jobs in the last 7.5 years, and another 4 years for the party will see an unprecedented levels of job creation.
We are the only government who, within 8 years, has produced the most jobs than any other government. So we have produced 2.1 million jobs, which we have the data to show for, the entire list of the 2.1 million jobs. And so if you're going to compare us...
Let me just ask you here. When it comes to the jobs that you say you have created, are these sustainable jobs, long-standing jobs that apply? Or is it like NAPCO and others where you are in and out at some point?
No, they are sustainable jobs. Very sustainable jobs. And we've actually put the data out. And the point you made is even the more reason why you need a government that has a track record and a scorecard for producing jobs. And so I like the point you made. As we are going into the polls, you are voting for John Mahama, His Excellency, or voting for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, His Excellency. Vote for the one that has the record.
And you had Miracle Zabwaji speaking on the NPP's 2024 manifesto launch, which will be coming out on Sunday. And Joy News will be telecasting it live on all our social media platforms as well as our TV platforms and radio platforms. You're still listening to the Midday News here on Joy 99.7 FM. And coming up shortly, we'll be doing sports and also that the song that has divided opinions on social media after it was sung in church by a Catholic priest who has since apologized.
Join us on this exciting journey as the next chapter begins on Sunday, 18th August 2024, under the distinguished patronage of the chairman of the New Patriotic Party, the flag bearer and presidential candidate, Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and his running mate, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. The NPP unveils the bold solutions to today's challenges. Tune in to your favorite TV channel and radio station and join us as we show the path to a brighter tomorrow. All roads lead to Secondary Takoradi on Sunday, August 18th at 1 p.m.
The luckiest. Luck is everywhere, for everyone, yeah. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere, for everyone, yeah. Doctors, nurses, barbers, drivers, bouncers, friends, teachers, bankers. You could be the luckiest. You could be the luckiest. East, west, north, south, you could be the luckiest. You could be the luckiest. Accra to Haga. Let's go. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere, for everyone, yeah. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere, for everyone, yeah. Doctors, nurses, barbers, drivers, bouncers, friends, teachers, bankers. The luckiest. You could be the luckiest.
Welcome back to the Midday News. We have sports.
Well, today the Gold Goldfields Foundation is handing over the $16 million new Takwa and Abosso Sports Stadium to the Takwa and Soim municipality. The Member of Parliament for the constituency is Mirkuduka, who was central to the plan to put together this edifice and feels a sense of satisfaction.
I'm still happy, emotionally touched. I don't even know what to say. I thought we would not see today. I quite remember some few years back, people were lambasting me on radio that he said he would do TNA. They've not done TNA. You can't do TNA. It will not happen. But I'm grateful to Jehovah for how far he's brought us.
So that was Mirkuduka, who's also the Lands and Natural Resources Minister, speaking at the ceremony that will begin shortly in Takwa. The Premier League also begins today. Of course, the Ghanaian representation are not in action until tomorrow, when we expect about 3 of them to play. Tariq Lamte, his team is in action. And then on Sunday, the pair of Jordan Ayew and Jeffrey Schlupp, their Crystal Palace will be in action on Sunday.
Thank you, Achu Tamaklo with sports. Now, the Ministry of Public Enterprises says it will release a Public Enterprises League table to track non-performing state entities. The performance of state-owned enterprises over the years have been a major concern, with many recording losses annually. However, the Minister in charge of Public Enterprises, Joseph Kujo, expressed confidence that the league table will build competition among these enterprises and also expose non-performing ones. He spoke at a media encounter in Accra.
As soon as you put people in competition to do anything, you get the best out of them. So this innovation I brought about, called the Public Enterprises League Table, puts the enterprises together and rank them from governance issues to management issues to profitability issues, use of technology in their operations, digitalization. It is expectations of the public enterprises to deliver on this, and Public Enterprise League Table look at that element of digitalization as part of the performance assessment criteria. So we'll see 2022 PELT ranking of the enterprise and their performance, and we'll also see 2023 PELT, that is their ranking and performance, published at a go.
Now, what you eat matters. How you eat it matters. When you eat it matters the more, and what you do after eating it is of even more concern. These are some important details the Ghana NCD's Alliance wants you to consider every day as you make your meal plans. The Alliance, which is worried about the staggering revelation that over 90,000 persons in Ghana die yearly from non-communicable diseases, is intensifying its push for the political parties to prioritize their health investments in their manifestos. Listen to more of the demands of the political parties and some tips which can save your life from the national coordinator of the Alliance, Lambra Musa.
Government needs to ensure that we are able to reduce the importation and also the usage of these products, because these are the problems of our world today. Tobacco, alcohol, sugar sweetened beverages. If everyone is able to reduce these products, then the better for all of us. Because most of the diseases that we are recording nowadays is from unhealthy commodities. They're eating late, bad oils and fats. So we need to work on them, because you need food to work, but you eat and you go and sleep. I mean, for example, so you need food and get the energy to work. So once you're not going to sleep, why do you need food again? You don't need food to go eat it to go and sleep.
How long would you have to do that to expose yourself to that?
And that's difficulty, you know. So you don't have to eat late and go and sleep. You know, that's why they said 3 things. In the morning, eat like a king. Eat the bankus, the gobe and stuff. In the morning, eat like a king. In the afternoon, like a queen. In the evening, like a papa.
Okay.
Just something little, you know. But when you close from work, you know, get something. Once you are going, at least you'll be able to bend those things as you walk along.
Now, in recent days, a Catholic priest, Reverend Father Peter Kusi Chumesi of the St. Stephen Rectorate at Bodomase in the Ashanti region, has found himself at the center of a controversy after a video of him singing popular song in church went viral. The song in question, Aseda, is by Ghanaian artist King Paluta, and although it carries a theme of thanksgiving, its performance within a religious setting has sparked significant debate. Kenny JC has more in the following report.
One of the biggest songs of the year. It won the singer King Paluta
the coveted Best New Artist at this year's Ghana Music Awards. Due to its uplifting lyrics that gives thanks to God, the song is widely enjoyed by both lovers of gospel and secular music. But this song has courted controversy. Acting Rector of St. Stephen Rectorate at Bodomaso in the Ashanti region, Reverend Father Peter Kusi Chumesi, has rendered an apology after he was seen in a viral video singing the Asida song word for word, sparking mixed reactions. But what does his fellow clergyman, Reverend Abraham Lamte, think about the whole situation?
Let God be the judge. You see, if somebody is singing, it's somebody giving thanks to God. You may not know what God has done for the person.
Yes.
So I think about 3 weeks ago, I was thinking Kimpaluta was because the message I was preaching has a lot to do. You see, the fact is that the gospel songs we have are always problem searching and what have you, only few. So secular songs are not profane songs.
So the question is the song fit to be sung by Christians or not? Does it even qualify as a gospel song due to its lyrics? You be the judge.
Well, interesting debate there, but we're joined now by Jackie with what's trending. But Jackie, first, do you think a song like this should be sung in church?
Well, let's see. It says Nyamekye. I think.
Yes,
I think it should have. But then the apology, I don't know.
Well,
why,
I disagree. The Catholic priest should have apologized anyway. But
I totally disagree.
we leave it there. That's the decision of the Catholic Church.
Well, let's see. This morning, Joy SMS put out a question on social media to find out what's the weirdest reason you broke up with your partner or a partner broke up with you. And let's listen to this interesting answer.
The one I was with, when we are eating, and then there's meat. When he chews the meat and the bone, the way he would chew the bone, he will open his mouth and like. It's so irritating. So when you go out with him, the way he would chew bones outside and all that, I was not feeling.
Hey.
It's an interesting one there. How the person choose. And Waliu on social media says that she was always focused on correcting my English grammar. So people have been sharing their weirdest reason that partners broke up with them. But Essie, what about you?
Well, I can't think of one immediately.
But it looks like today is also a sad day for Guru. He's been disqualified from the SRC presidential race at UG. He's trending and people are talking about it. We don't know why, but I'm pretty sure by the end of the day they would issue a statement. And of course this weekend to Kirk, Maverick City, they are all in Ghana.
Wow.
Ghana is their last stop. Yes, Kirk Franklin, Maverick City, Tim Godfrey, all in Ghana this week.
Thank you so much, Jackie. It's going to be a fun weekend, I can assure you that about that. And that's how we end the midday news here on Joy 99.7 FM. I am Nyamekye Thompson. Up next is Living Word with Pastor Mensa.